Friends, before we delve into our reflection today, let us pause for a moment of quiet contemplation, allowing the essence of divine wisdom to gently resonate within our hearts. Subsequently, we shall weave our voices together in a tapestry of shared devotion. Our shared existence unfolds within a realm profoundly marked by transgression, ever since humanity's initial divergence from the Supreme Being in the primordial garden. At that pivotal juncture, a significant fissure manifested within creation, cleaving the realms of luminosity and obscurity, virtue and iniquity, authenticity and fabrication. The ramifications of this primordial sundering are palpable in the fractured bonds of kinship, in the prevalence of inequitable acts, in the anguish that often appears devoid of purpose, and even in the subtle solitude that envelopes countless spirits. However, with unwavering sincerity, we must also acknowledge a profound truth. The shadows do not solely reside in the external world. At times, they insinuate themselves into our innermost being, taking root within our private cogitations, our instinctive reactions, and our concealed struggles. Consider the insidious nature of vexation, the corrosive power of envy, the insatiable pull of avarice, the deceptive allure of carnality, the crippling weight of conceit, and the festering wound of resentment. These are not merely fleeting impulses. They serve as strategic entry points, vulnerabilities that a malevolent influence keenly seeks to exploit. Oftentimes, these internal conflicts operate silently, stealthily eroding our inner harmony and fostering division and isolation. Yet, there's a crucial understanding that we must embrace and hold steadfastly within our awareness. The adversarial force, the embodiment of malice, thrives in these concealed recesses of our being. It does not invariably manifest with dramatic displays of fury or clamor. Instead, it often employs subtle instruments of manipulation. Discouragement functions as a concealed blade, doubt descends like a pervasive mist, and temptation acts as an enticing snare. This antagonistic presence endeavors to persuade you that you have strayed too far, that your essence is too tarnished, your transgressions too profound, or your fortitude too feeble to persevere. It seeks to implant the conviction that the burdens you carry are yours alone to endure, an isolated pilgrimage of suffering. But the immutable truth, the bedrock of our hope, is that you are never truly isolated, not even for the briefest of moments. We are graced with a Redeemer, a divine emissary known as the Anointed One, who descended into this imperfect sphere to bestow hope upon the desolate, illumination upon the benighted, and vitality upon the moribund. His advent was not one of condemnation, but of reclamation, a mission of restorative grace. And crucially, he did not abandon us to navigate the perils of this world unaided. The sacred texts are replete with unwavering assurances of divine safeguarding, of an omnipresent nearness, and of an inherent capacity to liberate us from the clutches of adversity. Within the ancient scrolls of Psalm 121, verses 7 and 8, we find this comforting declaration: "The Eternal One will shield you from all detriment. He will guard your very being." The Eternal One will watch over your departures and your arrivals, from this epoch forth and for all eternity. What an exquisite affirmation! The divine does not merely observe us during moments of supplication, but extends his vigilance to our slumber, our journeys, our deliberations, and even our stumbles. He remains in close proximity, a constant sentinel overseeing every instant, every step we undertake. Furthermore, in the Epistle to the Thessalonians, the 3rd chapter and 3rd verse, we encounter these reassuring words: "But the faithful one is steadfast. He will establish you and shield you from the malevolent one." The term "establish" signifies a process of stabilization, of grounding and rooting, of fortifying your very foundation so that you remain unswayed by the tempests of existence. The adversary may endeavor to instill trepidation, but the divine will hold you firm, an unyielding anchor in the storm. And who among us can forget the solace found in the 23rd Psalm, verse 4? Even when I traverse the valley of deepest shadow, I shall harbor no apprehension, for you are my constant companion. Your shepherd's crook and staff, they bestow comfort upon me. This profound imagery conveys that even in your most desolate, obscure, and uncertain junctures, the divine presence walks alongside you, guiding you with his crook and defending you with his staff. You may perceive yourself as encircled by shadows, yet you are never abandoned to utter hopelessness. The radiant light of the Anointed One accompanies your every step. It is entirely acceptable to acknowledge the periods when life feels oppressively burdensome, to recognize the tangible reality of spiritual warfare. There may be instances when you lack the vocabulary to articulate the emotions churning within, when apprehension clings to your thoughts, when skepticism obscures your convictions, or when exhaustion threatens to overwhelm your resolve. But it is imperative that you internalize this profound truth: the divine perceives you. He witnesses the inner turmoil masked by your outward composure, the silent tears that trace invisible paths, the unspoken inquiries that linger in your heart. And he has not forgotten you. Indeed, he never will. The age-old objective of the adversarial force has consistently been to sever the sacred connection between humanity and the divine. It achieves this through the propagation of falsehoods, the introduction of distractions, and the presentation of temptations that may appear alluring on the surface, but ultimately lead to profound spiritual devastation. It appeals to our inherent human inclinations, subtly distorting them just enough to divert us from the path of righteousness. But regardless of the challenges you currently confront, irrespective of the feelings of bewilderment, shame, or alienation that may weigh upon you, never relinquish this fundamental truth. You possess a Redeemer, whose sacred appellation is the Anointed One. He does not castigate you. He beckons you toward reconciliation. He does not forsake you in your trials. He actively enters into the very heart of your struggles alongside you. Yes, existence can at times feel overwhelmingly complex. Yes, you may grapple with more uncertainties than certainties. Yes, apprehension may knock insistently at the door of your heart. But you are not obligated to answer, for the Anointed One also stands at that threshold, offering you serenity, fortitude, and unwavering hope. The first letter of John, chapter 4, verse 4, reminds us, "Little ones, you are the divine and have overcome them, for the one who resides within you is greater than the one who dwells in the world." Your triumphs are not born of your own finite strength, but are a direct consequence of the boundless power of the one who indwells you, a power that surpasses every opposing force. The very designation of the Anointed One carries dominion over every malevolent entity, every affliction, every fear, and every deceitful pronouncement. And when you invoke his sacred name, darkness is compelled to recede. Victory is not attained through intensified personal effort, but through a deepening of trust, through fervent invocation of the Anointed One, through unwavering reliance upon his sacred pronouncements, even when your emotional landscape contradicts them. It arises from lifting your gaze heavenward when the burdens of existence threaten to pull you down into the abyss. The Anointed One is the very essence of illumination, and no shadow, however profound, can ultimately extinguish his radiant glory. There will inevitably be junctures in your earthly sojourn when you perceive yourself as traversing a seemingly interminable valley of shadows. Yet if you maintain your grip, if you place your unwavering reliance upon the Supreme Being, even with trembling hands clasped in tear-stained supplication, you will witness his divine intervention. You will behold him parting the turbulent waters, stilling the raging tempest, opening pathways where none seem to exist, and vanquishing the adversarial forces that array themselves against you. The ultimate sacrifice has already secured the victory, and the precious lifeblood of the Anointed One continues to intercede on your behalf. His divine decree proclaims that no weapon forged against you shall ultimately prevail. This does not imply that such instruments of malice will not be fashioned, but rather that they will not achieve their intended destructive purpose. And if the Supreme Being stands with you, if the very creator of the cosmos is on your side, then what earthly power or spiritual entity can truly stand against you? Therefore, embrace courage today, for the Anointed One is your steadfast ally, actively engaged in your defense. Let us now approach the divine in prayer, with hearts filled with reverence and trust. Heavenly Parent, we offer our profound gratitude for your powerful and unshakable assurance found in the ancient writings of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. One sovereign Lord, you do not abandon me in the crucible of my trials. You do not remain aloof, but rather step directly into the heart of the storm alongside me. This profound truth, O Divine One, bestows upon me a peace that transcends the comprehension of this world, a tranquility that no earthly tribulation can ever truly eradicate. This temporal sphere, O Lord, has strayed far from your divine precepts. It often exalts the very transgressions you deem as iniquitous and silences the sacred principles you proclaim as holy. It rushes headlong toward defiance, masquerading it as liberation. And yet, amidst this pervasive deviation, you have called me to live according to a different standard, to be a beacon of illumination in the prevailing darkness, to be a preserving influence in a decaying world, to be a vessel that reflects your inherent goodness. Therefore, loving Parent, I humbly beseech you to mold my inner being, to shape my heart in the likeness of yours. Grant me a heart that grieves over transgression and rejoices in righteousness, a heart that does not pursue fleeting earthly pleasures, but instead yearns for the eternal verities. Fill me so abundantly with your Holy Spirit that I no longer covet the transient allurements celebrated by the world, but instead hunger for that which brings you divine contentment. Let sanctity become my earnest pursuit. Let purity become my deepest aspiration. Let obedience become my abiding joy. Forgive me, benevolent Lord, for the myriad instances where I have fallen short of your glorious standard, for the moments when I have succumbed to temptation's siren call, when I have regressed to ingrained patterns of behavior, when I have prioritized comfort over unwavering conviction. These failings I now lay at your sacred feet, imploring your divine cleansing through the precious lifeblood of the Anointed One. Purify me from the innermost recesses of my being. Grant me a renewed spirit and a transformed heart. Strengthen my hands to serve your divine purposes, and steady my feet to tread the path of righteousness, even when it appears narrow and solitary, even when surrounded by the tempests of adversity. Remind me continually that you are ever present, walking steadfastly beside me. Remind me daily of the victory I possess in the Anointed One, not merely over transgression, but also over apprehension, over shame's insidious grip, over every deceptive whisper the adversarial force seeks to implant within my soul. Your boundless affection dispels all fear. Your immutable truth silences every accusation. Your divine spirit empowers me in moments of weakness and imbues me with courage when I feel most vulnerable. Fill me anew with heaven-born fortitude, a courage that springs from the profound knowledge that the one who dwells within me is infinitely greater than any challenge I may encounter in this temporal realm. Shield me from all malevolence, O Lord, both visible and unseen. Safeguard my thoughts from aimless wandering. Protect my heart from growing cold and indifferent. Guard my ears from the seductive allure of falsehoods, and shield my eyes from distracting vanities. Let your divine spirit guide my every step. Let your sacred word illuminate my path. Preserve me from falling into the snares laid by the adversary, and when temptation arises, provide the promised pathway of escape. Let your divine word be the unshakable foundation upon which I construct my life. Let it renew my understanding, reshape my thinking, and reawaken my heart to that which is eternally true. Grant me the discernment to distinguish between that which originates from you and that which does not, bestow upon me the wisdom to navigate the narrow path with unwavering confidence. And when I feel uncertain or when my heart trembles with doubt, remind me that I do not walk by mere sensory perception, but by unwavering faith in the one who remains unchanging throughout the ages. Drive out every spirit, O Lord, that seeks to draw me away from your loving embrace. Every thought of trepidation, every feeling of bewilderment, every voice that speaks in opposition to your divine truth. These I cast down in the powerful name of the Anointed One. I declare with unwavering conviction that no darkness possesses dominion over me. No weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. No scheme devised by the adversary shall ultimately succeed. I am marked by the precious lifeblood of the Anointed One, and in him I find unwavering safety. Deliver me, O Lord, from all manifestations of evil, both seen and unseen. When the adversarial force seeks to steal, to destroy, and to bring about spiritual death, remind me that you came to bestow life in its fullness, a life characterized by a peace that surpasses all earthly understanding and a joy that endures through every season of existence. Beloved friends, if this reflection has resonated within your spirit, if the truths shared have brought a measure of solace or strength to your heart, we warmly invite you to become a part of our growing community. Please consider subscribing to this channel to receive regular nourishment for your soul and to connect with others on this shared journey of faith. We also encourage you to engage with the sentiments expressed in this reflection. What particular aspect resonated most deeply with you? How has this message illuminated a corner of your own experience? Your thoughtful interaction enriches our collective understanding and strengthens the bonds that unite us. Share your insights in the comments below. We deeply value your perspective. Help me, divine emissary, to diligently guard my thoughts with the shield of truth, to clothe myself in the radiant garment of righteousness, to hold firmly to the unwavering anchor of faith, to wear the protective helmet of salvation, and to wield the sharp sword of the Spirit. Empower me to walk daily in the complete panoply of the divine, so that I may stand firm and unyielding, regardless of the trials that may come my way. You, Anointed One, have already triumphed over transgression, over mortality, and over the grave itself. Your ultimate sacrifice is my victory. Your glorious resurrection is my enduring hope, and your divine spirit is my inexhaustible source of power. Therefore, I shall not dwell in apprehension, neither of the limitations of humankind, nor the uncertainties of tomorrow, nor of the pervasive chaos that may engulf this world. You remain enthroned in sovereign majesty. You are still in ultimate control, and you have promised to return. Therefore, I lift my voice in heartfelt praise. All authority belongs to you. All dominion and power and honor and glory are yours forever and ever. At the mere utterance of your sacred name, every knee shall bow, every stronghold shall crumble, every force of darkness shall flee. For in your divine presence, there is a light so radiant that no shadow can ever overcome it. Thank you, eternal parent, for loving me with an everlasting and unwavering affection. Thank you for seeing me, for choosing me, for redeeming me from the depths of despair, and for calling me your very own. Watch over me this day and every day that follows. Keep me ever close to your compassionate heart. Let me never stray far from your loving embrace. And may my life serve as a testament to your glory. May your sacred name be lifted high above all other names, above all earthly kingdoms, above all earthly fears. In the mighty and matchless name of the Anointed One, I offer this prayer. Amen. If this prayer has stirred your spirit and resonated with the deepest longings of your heart, may we invite you, in a unique expression of shared faith, to affix your spiritual signature to this moment by gently guiding your cursor to the subscribe button and bestowing upon it a click of affirmation. May every blessing articulated in this prayer now descend upon you in the powerful name of the Anointed One. And if there is a specific supplication that weighs upon your heart, please do not hesitate to share it with our community in the comment section. We would be deeply honored to lift your needs before the throne of grace. May the boundless grace and perfect peace of our sovereign Lord, the Anointed One, abide with you always. Finally, we believe that each individual thread woven into the tapestry of humanity holds a unique and valuable story of faith, resilience, and divine encounter. We warmly encourage you to share your personal narrative with our community. Your experiences of overcoming adversity, of encountering divine grace, or of navigating the complexities of faith can serve as a powerful source of encouragement and inspiration to others who may be walking similar paths. Your vulnerability and willingness to share can create a profound sense of connection and remind us all that we are not alone in our journeys. Please consider sharing your story in the comments below. Your voice matters, and your testament to the enduring power of faith can be a beacon of hope for many.